To keep things simple, we're going to use an alarm in the player object to change the nearby NPC state to done and remove the correct item from the player's possession. So let's open up the player object from the asset browser and let's create a new alarm. So I'm going to add event, go to alarm, and choose alarm 1. And I'll make this full screen. I'm just going to add a description here for this new alarm event. And I'm going to paste in a code block here and explain. So we're doing two major things here. First, we're removing an object, and then we're marking the nearby NPC is done. So right up here, we're double checking that we have an item and that this item still exists, again, just to be careful. And we are using the with statement to target that item that we have, which is always stored under the variable has item. And we're just running an instance destroy function. So it'll immediately destroy that object. Next, we are resetting two variables. Has item should be reset back to no one, and then carry limit should be reset back to 0. Since picking up an item changes has item to be that item's ID, and carry limit gets changed so that we can affect the player speed depending on the weight of the item. We just want to reset those so we're back to normal. Next, we're making sure that nearby NPC is not no one, so that we are still near a nearby NPC, and we are double checking that it exists, once again, just to be careful, and using another with statement to target whatever that nearby NPC is, so the baker, the teacher, or the grocer, and changing its myState variable to NPC state.done. Now that we have this alarm, we need to trigger it at the right time. So let's open up our player objects key press space event again. I'll just make this full screen. Now we need to go under the if player has control code block to the if player has an item code block and down to the if player has correct item code block. This one right here. And we're going to add in a quick comment. So we can remember what this does later. And all we're going to do is set that alarm that we created, which was alarm 1. So I'll type in alarm 1, and we'll put it for 10 steps. This will trigger the alarm if we have the correct item, which will go through this process of removing the item, destroying it from the room, resetting these variables, and marking the NPCs as done.